welcome to Project A3 Reviews. Today I'm gonna review this very useful device that I've been using for a couple amount of days before, and this is the Hidizs H2. First of all, thank you for Hidizs for sending me this Bluetooth DAC amp to review. Okay, this Bluetooth DAC amp, it's really small, it's really lightweight, and it's only priced around $65 US. And let me tell you, I have been using them for a couple of days and they are really useful. And from the form factor itself, it's really small. You can see how really small it is, and it is very light. So you can simply use this clip and clip them to your shirt, or just put them in your pocket, and they will be your daily Bluetooth drivers just straight from your phone. And let me tell you that this small simple Bluetooth device sounds even better than my phone, and I'm using right now is the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and this is simply much better when it comes to the sound. Okay, even though it is small, it is made of, I think it is called resin in the description, and also it has plastic body like this, and you'll get a USB-C type charging, also up and down volume button, and you can also use them to change the song. Just press up to the neck and for a couple of seconds, and it will be changed to the next song, and use down for a couple of seconds and it will return to the before song. And then you also have this another button here to off, on, and also pick up calls. So yes, even though this is small, it has a lot of function, and you can see this that there's a mic here. So when you call, just press this button, and then you just talk through this mic here, and then you get to the 3.5 jack up here. So yeah, this is very functional and very simple. It also have a charging time of 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour, and also it has total battery life of 7 hour. Also, you can also say that this is really good when you pair them with the Bluetooth app, the Hidizs Blue app, where you can give them a firmware update. Also, you can change the equalizer there, and also it has a Qualcomm CSR 8675 Bluetooth chip that supports a lot of Bluetooth codec like aptX, SBC, LDAC. Yes, it even already supports LDAC, and this CSR 8675 is also implemented in the very good Theo BTR5, and it also has the same Bluetooth chip, and it performs really good. So the Bluetooth is 5.0 and really fast to connect, really easy to connect. Just turn on your Bluetooth on your phone and it will instantly connect to this device. And then I need to tell you that even though it has up and down volume button, the volume button is simply usually just the same with your phone. So when I press this volume down button, you will see that in your phone the volume in your phone also get depleted, also get minus there. So yeah, you can control them using simply this device or using your phone. Okay, now how it is when it comes to the sound, and this is what I want to talk about more. So right now I'm just gonna use my Moondrop KXSS as an example. When I'm playing my KXSS from my phone through the, either power amp or through the Samsung music player, or even through the USB music player UAP, yes, for me this KXSS sounds bloated and a little bit harsh on the upper mid-range, the treble. So I don't really like how my phone sounds. Honestly, I always use another Bluetooth device or simply DAC amp or even some DAP better than my phone. I don't really like the sound of my phone. Like for example, this is my daily Bluetooth driver. This is the Hidizs 5K, but this price around $100, which is definitely higher than this H1. I mean H2, sorry. Okay, so when I play this KXSS through the H2, it definitely gets much more neutral. It gets this clearer sound, also more clean, especially when it comes to the bass. When I play them through the Galaxy S10 of mine, it sounds bloated, but when I play them to this H2, it sounds more controlled, even though it has better depth. So yes, I actually like when the first I tried them, the bass is really satisfying, and then the mid-range, although it's not getting much more clearer, it is definitely more neutral and has better articulation when it comes to human vocals. And then goes to the treble. I don't think that there's a added extension there or something that gets better pronunciation, better articulation there, but I do feel that there's a little bit of refinement there. So when I play them through my phone, it could sound a little bit harsh when I play, let's say, Sterling. When I play songs like La Campanera or La Primavera, it's like orchestra there. It could sound a little bit harsh, but here it sounds clearer, but the harshness is not as more apparent as from directly from my phone. So yeah, when it comes to the tonality alone, I think this device is simply fun but more refined, especially when I compare them to my own phone. Now, when it comes to the power itself, unfortunately, this device doesn't pack a lot of power. So yeah, when I played like Thin Planar 2 or Thin Hi-Fi P2, I usually use my Hidizs 5K from the balanced connection to get enough juice to drive them, but here it definitely cannot give same amount of juice to power them. So yeah, I don't recommend you to use a lot of power, a very demanding IEMs like KB Ear Belief or the Thin Hi-Fi Planar 2 from this small device, because it just simply won't give you that power. But for normal IEMs like the Moondrop KXSS, also Thin Hi-Fi T2 Plus, or maybe some like C Audio L3, L4, Oxygen that doesn't require a lot of power, you can simply play them through this device and it will sound better than maybe I think a lot of phone there. It is simply sounds quite energetic with some neutrality on it, but definitely doesn't sound really warm or not too bright. It's just simply quite good and energetic. It has still that punch. It still has this quite energetic treble, but it is much more refined from what I hear in my phone. Now, how is it compared to this Hidizs 5K? Unfortunately, I already sold my VO BTR5 here, so I don't think that I could compare them head to head. What I have right now is the Hidizs 5K, and the Hidizs 5K definitely has the same amount of speed of connection when you try to connect them, but the Hidizs 5K is much more difficult to handle. I mean, it has a lot of strange up and down button here, there. It's all up and down, not one click here. It's much more confusing than this simply 3 button here. But when it comes to the sound, I cannot say a lot, but definitely the Hidizs 5K, it definitely give the justice to its price range, even though they don't look that much different. I mean, the quality, the build quality of these two are not that much of a difference. You can feel the plastic here and there. They both are light, and they both have, I guess when it comes to the single-ended alone, their performance, their battery life is actually quite similar, but simply this 5K simply has a lot much more power compared to this H2. and it also has a lot of more like this. When you play this H2, when you use the button up and volume up and down, you also change the volume in your phone, but here it is independent. So when you change the volume in this Hidizs 5K, it doesn't really change the volume in your phone. It is simply, I always use them volume max in my phone and then control them using this 5K, and they have 120 steps, and here only around 8 to 6 steps. It depends definitely on it depends completely to your own device, to your own phone. When it comes to the sound, the Hidizs 5K, it's definitely cleaner and clearer, and also yeah, it is more smoother. So I think I don't really compare the same Apple to Apple, because this is definitely much more dedicated to the power, to the sound, but it's not as compact, it's not as small as this, it's not as simple as this one. It definitely more focused in the volume, and I'm sorry, it is more focused on the power and also the sound itself, but it's not as simple as this one. But the sound is definitely better all from top to bottom, also better technicality in this Hidizs 5K. But in this beautiful device, in the end, this simply may be what you want when you want to run, when you want to have a daily device, when you in the commute. Just plug them into your favorite IM and then use them. Maybe you can even use them for call like that, and just use them like usual and tuck it in your shirt or put them in your pocket, and it will be a very simple Bluetooth device that could sound better than your average phone. So that's all. I think this H2 is an excellent device when it comes to functionality. I'm not saying that it's not sound good. It definitely sounds quite better than my phone, but I think if you want to search for sound alone, you can find a lot of dongle DAC amp there that could sound better and has more juice when it comes to power. But when you're talking about the simplicity, the form factor, and also the functionality, I think this H2 is a very small complete package. Okay, that's all for today's review. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any question, please write down in the comment. That's all. I'm Michael from Project A3. See you next time. Bye bye.